Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a news edition of the Garden Report. Kemba Walker, the former Celtic, announced his retirement today after spending last season in France. A few short stints with the Mavericks as well as the Knicks, which followed his time with Boston, which came to an end in devastating fashion with some brutal knee ailments that just stuck with him in the years to come. And obviously now, too much for him to play through and too few opportunities at the highest level, whichever it was. He'll call it quits at 34. But despite the sudden ending, or sudden decline at the very least, an enormously successful career from New York through UConn, where he won the national championship in 2011, one of the more memorable national championship runs ever in college basketball with that UConn team. Start of an era for a UConn franchise program that continues to this day, back-to-back champions the last 2 years. It goes number 9 in the 2011 draft to Charlotte, which was a tough landing spot for him, but one where he had the room to become the face of that franchise and put up enormous seasons, great success, playoff appearances as well. He went to the playoffs in Charlotte in 2014. 2016 they go, and they go 7 games. I believe that was against Miami. 23 points a game for him in that series. And then his time there comes to an end in 2019. But you look at the accumulation of minutes, shots, games played there. 605 games from 2011 to 2019. 34 minutes a game. It just added up. You had some surgeries in there that I think wore away at the cartilage. And by the time he gets to Boston in 2020, following that Kyrie Irving departure, an important signing. And you still look back and wonder, could they have kept Horford there? If Horford knew Kemba was going to be in the mix, would he have stuck around? He doesn't. He goes to Philadelphia too, so they lose all those pieces that summer. Rozier, Morris, as well as Horford and Irving. But Kemba signs, and he has that great start to that year and ends the year with 20 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, nearly 5 assists a game. Makes the All-Star team, but he starts deteriorating right before that bubble run began. The season ended in March with COVID, and then you go into the bubble, and they're shutting him down right away at that point, and they're managing him, and they try to keep him involved through that playoff mix, but too many difficulties coming back from the bubble layoff there. And then to start next season, I think, again, they had to shut him down or manage him to start that 2020-21 season. And that's when the struggles really began. He played 43 games that next year, out left and right with knee soreness, knee issues that just kept popping up. Plagued him right into the playoffs in that Brooklyn series, and he only managed 3 games there before getting shut down. He shot 31% from the field in that series. And with 2 years left on his deal at big money, you wonder, how are you going to handle this? And that's when Brad Stevens becomes GM, and in his very first move as GM, they move Kemba for Al Horford, which started this new era of Celtics basketball we've watched over the last 3 seasons since. Unfortunately for Kemba, he goes to Oklahoma City. They waive him, and he gets that deal with New York, but still the physical injuries and limitations just continued to plague him there, and he ends up out of there within a season. They gave him a 2-year deal too, which wasn't great for New York. He goes to Dallas on a tryout basis, 2023. Doesn't work out. And that's when he effectively makes that leap to France, where I think he played inconsistently this year. But you look back at the achievements: 4 All-Star games, an All-NBA third team, the championship, of course, most outstanding player in college, and, one of the great college players we've seen certainly there. So Kemba Walker, what's next? We shall see. but an outstanding career by any measure, despite the difficult ending here. And certainly for a smaller player at 6 feet, one of the more accomplished careers we've seen in basketball from anyone of that stature. Certainly, he really was a killer at his height there. And you got to see a little of it in Boston, but unfortunately too short. People will always remember, I think, the smile and the charisma and the effort he gave in Boston. He never got discouraged by the injuries, and you saw him just trying to give whatever he could out there, despite just clearly being limited and just in a tough spot there. And of course, the trade to send him off was a tough one to make for Stevens there, but ended up reviving the franchise in its own right. So all the best to Kemba in retirement. We'll see if he ever gets involved in basketball and coaching or whatever it might be, commentating. Certainly still some ties in that Boston organization as well. So we'll see. Will we see him back here in Boston one day? Time will only tell. We are brought to you by PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Get 100% deposit match up to $100 when you head over there. It's summer, so WNBA rolling along. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. You can pick players like that. You just need to pick more or less on their projections, assists, rebounds, points, whatever. You can cross sports a little bit too there, and you got your daily fantasy sports team. Again, use that code CLNS. Pick more, pick less on PrizePicks. It's that easy. Go to Game Time this summer for your events, concerts, baseball games, basketball games. It's all on there. You can check out where you're sitting. It's our official ticket partner. And they're giving you $20 off your first purchase when you use the code CLNS. Again, $20 off your first purchase over at the Game Time app. Download that today. Use that code CLNS. Of course, terms apply. And Nutrafol. Love Nutrafol. Find out why over at Nutrafol.com. It's the #1 dermatologist recommended health hair growth supplement with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. Get results you can run your fingers through for a limited time at Nutrafol. They're offering our listeners $10 off your first month's purchase and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com. And enter the promo code GARDEN. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, Nutrafol.com, promo code GARDEN. Again, $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code GARDEN. I'm Bobby Mann. There's been a news edition of the Garden Report. Subscribe, CLNS Media, Celtics All Access for more coverage of the Celtics offseason, including their re-signing of Xavier Tillman today. Hey, Bobby Manning here. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed this video, so subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out our social media platforms at Celtics CLNS.